Hello everybody and welcome to English at Ease. My name is Adam, and in today's video we are going to be learning English by taking a road trip. If you don't know what a road trip is basically a trip that you take to a faraway place, a faraway destination, and you do it driving. You don't take a plane to this destination, you do the whole thing driving. Road trips are a very important staple of the United States of America because we have such a big country. There are so many places that you can travel to on the road driving. So today we are going to be traveling from my state of California to our neighboring state, which is the state of Arizona. So come with me as we learn English on this road trip to Arizona. All right, we are standing right here in front of these that are called Joshua trees. These are very famous in this area, and you can see there are tons of these right here. Now, these are called Joshua trees, but they're not actually trees. They are a different kind of plant, but they look kind of like trees, and they grow in a way that is very similar to trees, so that's why we call them Joshua trees. Now, these plants can become very big. They can actually reach heights of about 50 feet tall. Now, this plant is so famous in this area, and there are so many of them that we even have a national park here in the United States, in the state of California, called Joshua Tree. This national park is named after these plants. And we are kind of near that area, so you will see a ton of them here. If you look at the top of these plants, you can see that they have a very prickly top. They are very pointy, so if you touch them, you might cut your finger a little bit. They're very prickly at the top. These are absolutely everywhere. You can see them behind us, and this is just one of the cool things that you can see as you are driving from my state of California to the state of Arizona. All right, everybody, check these out. These are called windmills right here, and you're gonna see that there are a ton of these windmills as we're driving on the road here. There's a bunch of them in the distance over here. In a lot of these open areas, these very open areas, you will see these windmills, and these are used to basically create energy that can be used to power different things in our cities. And these basically take the wind that is blowing outside, and they can convert that wind into energy. But there's a ton of them that we can see as we're driving on the road here. All right, these windmills are resting right now. You can see they're not moving. And the reason for this is because there's no wind blowing in this area to make them spin. So they're just standing here resting right now. And they are not collecting energy at the moment. All right, right now we are in one of the deserts of California. And if you come with me to this side of the road, to the right of me, you can see that there is absolutely nothing over here. And if you cross the road with me to the left side of the road, you will see that again, there is absolutely nothing. This is what we call in the United States the middle of nowhere. We have a phrase for this that is called the middle of nowhere. If you are in the middle of nowhere, you are in a place that has almost nothing around you. There are mountains, there are bushes, you can see bushes around us, but there are no cities, There are no buildings. There are very little cars that come by these areas. When you are on a road trip in the United States, you will come to a lot of places like this where you are in the middle of nowhere. Because this country is so big, there are a lot of areas that you will drive by that are very empty, that are in the middle of nowhere. If you look behind me, you can see how far you can see behind me because we are in this desert that is very flat. So you can see from a very, very far distance, and you can see that there is almost nothing over here. There are just mountains and bushes, and there are not any buildings or cities or people, and there are very little cars in this area. If you are in a place like this, in the middle of nowhere, and if you are wondering while you are driving, where am I going to use the restroom? This is your restroom. One strange fact about the United States when you are driving through places like this is that it is perfectly acceptable to use the restroom anywhere out here in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's going to think it's weird if you stop here and you use the restroom out in this open desert. That is perfectly acceptable here in the United States. All right, we are about to enter the state of Arizona. Second, now we're going to be coming up on one of the biggest rivers in the United States of America. This is the Colorado River. This is the 6th biggest river in the United States of America, and it runs through multiple U.S. states. Now, when we cross over the river, we are going to be entering Arizona. The river divides the states of California and Arizona. So when we cross over the bridge, we are going to be officially in the state of Arizona. All right, and this is the Colorado River right here. So as we are passing it on this bridge right here, we are officially entering the state of Arizona. All right, you can see this sign right here is letting us know that we are officially in the state of Arizona.